You're listening to the Aztecs Power Hour on XTRA Sports 1360.
Our thanks again to Coach Mike Friesen from the SDSU women's soccer team. Again, they will face Cal on Friday night on the San Diego Sports Deck. San Diego SU Sports Deck at 7 o'clock. The Power Hour brought to you by Miller Lite. With great beer comes great responsibility. And joining us right now to talk about the Aztecs men's basketball home opener tonight at Viejas Arena against San Diego Christian is associate head coach and head coach in waiting Brian Dutcher with us here on XTRA Sports 1360. Coach, good to have you on the program. I know not the results you wanted on the Midway, but it sure was a spectacular event.
Yeah, it was a great event and a lot of fun to play in. Obviously, you know, we wanted to win the game, but a lot of positives to be taken from the game.
When you guys looked at the film afterwards, it wasn't as bad as it appeared the first time around, Coach?
You know, even as the game was going on, I looked at the stat sheet early in the second half, and we had taken 30 free throws to their 8. You know, I know we had 20 offensive rebounds, so there were some things going on within the game that we were pretty pleased with. But obviously, everybody knows nobody was going to make a jump shot. We probably took too many, but I think a lot of that was the result of being down 10 or 12 points the entire game and trying to make something happen quickly.
Ifs, buts, candy nuts, I realize you're not going to play the game again, but I just feel like if that game was played indoors, I don't know that you guys would have won, but it would have been a game that came right down to the wire between two very even teams with strengths and weaknesses. Playing outside had to just fall right into Syracuse's hands like that.
Yeah, when we agreed to play the game, we were extremely excited about it, but obviously we don't get to pick the opponent, and when they said we were playing Syracuse, we just thought, wow, there's not a tougher team we could possibly have to play outdoors than Syracuse, and their zone defense. But I thought our kids, to their credit, did a good job knowing that the jump shots were not going to be the thing that won the game, and we really attacked the basket on the dribble. And I think their coaches commented that they hadn't seen anybody attack the zone like that in a long time off the bounce.
Yeah, if you guys had made some free throws, I mean, honestly, just made half the ones you missed. I mean, it's a tight game all the way around. Brian Dutcher's with us, associate head coach of the Aztec basketball team. Coach, tell us a little bit about some of the new players. Winston Shepard's first appearance for the Aztecs. Didn't get a lot of minutes for Dwayne Poley, but were you impressed with what you saw from the new guys?
Yeah, you know, a couple of them didn't get a lot of minutes. Skylar Spencer, our backup big, you know, only played in the first half. I think Skylar's got a bright future and will play a lot more as the season goes on. Winston Shepard did a real nice job rebounding the basketball, moving the basketball. Obviously, he didn't get to take an outside shot, which was good, considering where we were playing, but he's a fine player. And then Dwayne Poley, just the nature of this game with the way it was physically a battle inside. We went a little beefier guy. We went with J.J. O'Brien a few more minutes because he was playing so well that Dwayne probably didn't get the opportunity that he will get as the season progresses.
Before the game, the decision was made that freshman Matt Shrigley out of La Costa Canyon is going to redshirt this season. Now, he looked very good in practices and in the preseason, but is this the case if you got so many talented guys that someone kind of had to sit out this year?
You know, I think when you look as a freshman and you're trying to decide if you want a redshirt, and it's a group decision, it's not anything that we force on a kid. We sit with Matt and his parents and try to decide what's in his best interest. And to look at the minutes he would have got as a freshman as opposed to the minutes he will get as a fifth-year senior, it's kind of immeasurable. I think Matt is going to be an outstanding player in our program, and we're just so excited to have him here and have him for 4 more after this year.
Coach Brian Dutcher's with us. Coach, how did the guys, the kids react now 48 hours after the game on Sunday? How have they reacted to it? I know they were down and disappointed with the way they played. Are they going to be ready to go tonight, and are they able to put it out of their mind what happened against Syracuse?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about basketball. Whereas football, you might have to sit there and dwell on a loss for an entire week. Basketball, you don't have the time or the luxury to do so. We watched the tape yesterday. Picked up what we were going to pick up from the Syracuse game, and we're moving on today, and we're excited about it. And then obviously after today, we hit the road and head to the Missouri State. So there's no time to fret over a loss or get too high over a win. You've got to kind of keep moving forward, and that's what the Aztecs will do tonight.
What'd you think about the both polls keeping the Aztecs in the top 25 despite the loss. Chris and I were talking about that earlier, and we feel like it's one thing to be in the top 25, but there is no greater sign of respect to where your program has come that you can lose and still stay in the top 25 after that.
Yeah, I hadn't even looked at the polls, and that's the honest truth. You know, Coach Fisher said a couple of years ago when we were ranked for the first time, you know, don't tell me where you're at now, tell me where we're at in January. And so it's early. We know we have a lot of work to do and a lot of games to play, but it is nice to have the respect of the country. And I think they realized that the game was a tough environment for both teams, and that they probably didn't put a lot of stake in the fact that it was a Syracuse win over San Diego State. They just knew it was an event game, and both teams looked like they were going to have good seasons.
You are going to have a great season. We all know that. What are you guys hoping to accomplish more than anything else tonight in the home opener against San Diego Christian, Coach?
I'll probably continue to build on the fact that we're cutting our turnovers down, take care of the basketball. We're going to play a team that spreads the floor a lot like probably our exhibition games with San Marcos and UCSD, shoot a lot of threes. So we're going to have to get out there, contest the three, do a good job keeping a smaller team in front of us, and grow the team. Try to get better offensively. Obviously get to shoot some threes in tonight, I hope. As that Syracuse game was no indication as to how we're going to have to shoot to win this year.
Some of the takeaway, Christian just played USD the other night in their opener, and they lost by 40, but you saw a team that certainly was capable, made some nice extra passes, did some good things. But as a top 25 team, you're going to have a number of games this year where it's not going to be close at the end. What do you tell your guys to stay focused? I mean, you know, how are you going to work the rotations when some of these games do kind of get out of hand in the second half?
We know all these games. We tell our kids that they're not just going to go take the ball from another team. These are college basketball players. They're good players. And even USD, who ended up winning by a large margin, the score was a 1 or 2 point games 3 minutes to go in the first half, and USD hit their spurt. So we know Christian's going to play hard. It's going to be competitive. And we've just got to not try to do things too quickly, try to make things happen defensively or offensively. We just got to play our game, and hopefully in certain times during the game we'll be able to go on that 8-0 run, 6-0 run where we have a spurt or two that'll create a little separation. That would be your hope as a coach.
How much fun do you have as a coach just coaching a game in Viejas Arena, Brian?
Oh, it's the best environment in the country. I mean, when we go there and the show's in force and our home fans are there supporting us, it's no better feeling. And so we'll put that Syracuse loss behind us very quickly when we get in front of our home fans. I think we're unveiling the banner from last year's conference championship season, and it's just going to be a fun night at Viejas tonight.
Special moment. I just hope everyone takes a moment and just enjoys that accomplishment, because last season I don't think anyone was expecting what you guys did. So it is good to honor that club one more time, because a regular season Mountain West title and a trip to the NCAA tournament is nothing to sneer at.
Absolutely. Nothing to be taken for granted, and we're excited to honor those members of the team that are back on this year's team and look at that banner hanging up in Viejas and feeling proud about what we've accomplished here.
Going to have to get some more room for more banners, I have a feeling, as this program continues to roll along. Coach Brian Dutcher with us on Extra Sports 1360. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Good luck tonight. Have fun.
Thanks, guys.